jo da mase kwaisro nkoso samode mo afidie no ato ha braso ensamodo asemufo anya adagea asemu no na yesi adwade beso mo kase bokwanso mantam dodo na so mo beti yenka na akwa befutinta afidie no so a Facebook Mothers 102.7 FM Accra na wako YouTube Mothers TV Ghana and also ye streaming live ewo ho ensam a eba ne de eni esusu yie pa na de dimo akwetire bi ene say Constitutional Review Committee report aban de ababonte kire say bibia koyi a aban foforo beba no free 2028 ministers obetimi apaw adoso a 60.
Enye kopie mususu wa santimemu menhia otekokoso otumfo na asetutu otosumienu ye de praso ba paniko nanim se wonya de hye nanso wo yo hema nanso mino kase de otumfo a chane se wonkoso eni ena de betu na de so kopem se obefri atiasefo asasi eso
na yakọ ensamfu from so akane maslok CEO ye jeli ni 10 years na no appeals court ka se kwa mfa so jeli ni nanko yi a ye yi na no NPP amanyoko no afrensem trofo shemu afa ho
enye me no kase die ne de obowem ewo enkampumpuni mantem dia Black Star Square na me no kase die Apostle Emeritus kwadwo safokantanka na yie ne toshimienu ena ekoso ewo honom na behwa die amamra ne amane etwagu ewo ho empanifo abepemu ha ensem dodo na anya de babesomo ewo ho
Pika when money a day by Sedania from KASE3 Ghana Limited. One was your 3 p.m. and so pass as a man's winning home. Nankrata send BB demon their cast and also do any actually. Frank cry cosita Malay was I saw minor for night baby. The audio for the Udi sit down, your Tom and the boy 4. Yen dear assassin would draw Emaria corner. When is the car would train boom and Mawaquina, Ma Uchane Kakranka Croneba was no one's wadani assasira. Only penny for Ninkomo, I was 0302 963 740. 0302963740 na KASE3 Ghana Limited en kasapi ka ho brepem no yebedi omhoadanse amawo ejaminta enimedin enwumre mene
nana aba 102.7 ne enhye ensem no ase
Mothers FM 102.7
Ma yense nsem na say every aban lawyer penyo sanye so afo hwa tentre ne wonsem so Dr. Dominic Akrotinga Ayine Constitutional Review Committee report no ode wonsem aba betudwa eno na wo chemu a waka se committee no e ka senka aban bia ba ministers no wafa ministers ankasa regional ministers deputies ni nyina enka wo say ye 57 nanso aban ne kire se yemie mu kakra enti waye ne 60 enti 60 ena yebeye no na sa 60 ansa na bibia ebe konkan no age ensatraye ekoso ewe constitution ni mu ansa na sa 60 no ebetimi ahyase edidwuma aban hu ni se we ye kwan ba kwa wo fa so a wo boa se na be ya aban mu sikase ye bebrebe no ye betimi etwatwane ma so na enkoba se na no bi a papa bi ebe ye president of our ministers makoma 120 aden ni nyina mu nso no ya hyada ehu so bia sa yenti esema Dominic Ayine editudwa.
And gentlemen, the government has accepted that the size of parliament be capped. Before I go to parliament, there is the issue of ministers of state and the number of ministers of state, which is one of the very, I would say, thorny issues that has bedeviled our democracy for some time now. Government has accepted the proposal to cap the number of ministers. But instead of 57, as the committee recommended, government is proposing that it should be capped at 60. So it will be put into the constitution that the number of ministers that any president elected by the sovereign people of this country can appoint will be only 60. And they may or may not be drawn from parliament. Mothers FM 102.7.
Swafo a ohwe ya tentre no wonsem so awsan ya by lawyer penny Dr. Dominic Akrotinga Ayine na yetini nken.
Ya woremu wasantemantema ne de ni kiremu ewa menhia na ase titia babio na bobwa no ene ni fie na tena ye ene de ni ekiremu ewo ni na kokowiem se abra watena ase na de empanyimfo de asem ebebedan de no mo chese ba pani a wo praso na nakusiwa amansa a wotoso mienu wonye de hye enso so wodi ba pani wo wo mu ekrom ho no wo praso eni nti wo mo de ensem no kokodan committee mo hwehwem ya kire se ni na kokowie mu se ebusia pani o pani kwaku mensa wonom na de maame ekokoko chia ye se yemfa ni eni ade esanse aban fo mafo dodo na no betena kunya no so na se dodo na no ma sorry efi akunya no so na se wo yare ba ko mieni bi ehunti na ma sorry e de efi akunya no esom na no na se tutu ababio e kire se report a committee ne dia ba ne de wajatum pa se maame no wonye de hye na so obetumi aka ne nchi a na hu se obisa pani na ebo ne dini maame ana se ba panya na kusiwa mansa otosu mienu wo bo ne din se wo ma metena konya so eni ade o mu so ne de hye de na wo hye ye adwuma pa waye wo so wo pepa de ma konya no de beboa ne manfo no eni ntino na se tutu na chese hu ne mobo gya ne se won tena akonya no so no koso eni akonya na mum no wa hye se nana ye kusiwa mansa otosu mienu wo kɔ ne krechi a na ebesan so akɔ agehye ebusua ne mu biem yentie ne nsema wo de tudwa na se tutu a wotosimienu wopemso asantimera ne kokotie no na ne da nchen so a se wotena si na se empani fododo na de wo masem ba bedan no na no na oborwe mu dia kwabna sraha ono na chese wokoto asase wo asante mantem mu na chese wokwa na di asase wokoto yesan ka besi factory na wadi aboa manwuma akoso wasante mantem no sana na nanoma kantam edinse egu nsa asase ne so na chese wonu mpodie wonim hwehwehwehwehwehwe wo bia anka hwe amfa nkyere na chese akwa ye ensem dodo na wo honom na ene ntino wode ensem nom aba bedan na ase etutu se ondi na sem ni bi emfa ema na yentie senya wosi bi ebo na mane efai
na na se am ye frade kwabna sra
don't free
if you want KASE3
this one
na odaruma me ba be ye adwuma factory adwuma KASE3 na asase a me be ye wo so no pese omo de manso atoso aka ntam ba ntam no asase no nkan nti be awosumi nsie no ma ba betena ha saa adwuma no entimi nkoso
aso wow akọ
odi akọ nana gwa basa ho asem no so adwuma KASE na tena so ehun se nkofo no mo kanta no omo asira adwuma KASE yin sa asase nya omo dia na omo ejiji so na de bia ma omo aji ba de omo aji no so no e betena se o na gwa basa adwuma KASE yin anka mu no crunch na gwa basa se sa nkofo na ya kanta no asase no enya omo dia
o ma go so you want to get we did
ene chin so na otumfo ede na no din sem atudwa ewasa ensem ni nsase nsem hu ekire se ye di asase na ama se fa dofu na fa ye adwuma bia ene nkire se wo de na so ekwan e fa so a eba ye a se wo maka ntam egu nsa ayi apaye ewo asase ne so mambo owura kwabna sra ha manya de enya de woni omo ye adwene kwakwa yentie nsem so a otumfo na ase tutu ede tudwa
So I didn't know what I said. Or they will be on some chairs from catch up with us with Mamma. Yeah, I don't know what way and the sun. But also where the side of hope. Yes, I said, man, the Santiano. Or the seven of us, man, the Santiano. That's what I said. What you like to scan and put your phone with an offer so that's my good. No. So, one day, not a very loose of was an animal. What you know, what you know, or that's you. No. So, then one of what I say, there's no year, one more money. Or sister, one man there, or one of the time will know, I said. See, or when you are, I won't plan to someone praise as well. You know, I would be at. I was another, no, one baby, such another control subject, and so,
Mothers FM 102.7.
Na say to King Solomon na webu asam na kama osesa nko hene na wo hono anko betia no pa wo betia wontumi ntwa asase mo obi na say wogu nsa wo so yi apaye wo so na wato ama na bra wo mu nipa na ma ne ndan say wo hanka wo betia no esan say sa de no enye weja
one name then. Also, one cometian.
O betia no say one ni
ba betia.
Aha asantime no wo betia esan sa dia wo ye wan ni ye kra wontumi ntwa asase mo obi abra wo gu nsa wo so eyi apaye wo so obodua gu so
kantam kese egu so ko betia mo wen say yes yanko yenim
yanko
na yefa asem no enko amanyo semu nuna de kwane na nsane mu ne ba beto dwa ese kane maslok penyana oda no said na tamaklo ationu ya say appeals court akwa atetena judges mi ansa na tena asem no so ese kwan ya high court fa so ebua ne so nko demu finhie du no anko yie ne sentima me ne ye jale ne hu so nsa brobe ya onfa ne hu endi na asemi hu na NPP amanyoko na friends emtrofo nhie omodom frefo Henry na naboache na edi enim na woka se ohwe se ne amanyosem akoye ewo memu a time pa se ye de amanyosem ewurawura atentene ne mu ye de ewurawura temmu adwumekuo ne mu na ahwe maame kwan ya fa so a ye keka ne ma femfam so jane na ayamanyosem ene hye.
She did not stay to answer it. She fled the jurisdiction mid-trial and was convicted in absentia. A fugitive from the very justice system that has now embraced her and freed her. And yet, within 7 weeks of her forced return, the conviction has evaporated. We ask the questions every Ghanaian is asking. On what principle of law does a mountain of evidence become a mirage? Which findings of fact were perverse? Which directions on the law were wrong? The Ghanaian people are entitled to answers because justice under our constitution is administered in the name, and they can smell what this is. This was not an appeal succeeding on its merit. This was an overcome, procured, packaged, and well delivered. The MPP states without fear of contradiction, this acquittal was politically motivated, well orchestrated and planned, and its timing on the eve of legal vacation, with public attention divided.
Henry Nana Boache ena yeten kan enuachi eno se maame no yede kwadu makomako edioson wotwe 78 ena ebo no baako stealing se wewia oman no esika willfully causing financial loss to the state wabo oman ne ka willfully committing crime wedi bone breach of procurement kwa yafa so to adema ban no webusa emra no so ena sikanso ana ewoma yeka ho asem no 500,000 Ghana cedis bi wo mu papa sane mo nyina kwota ebu ne egu se ma mi nya hwe ya na omu bisa se na se sika no 500,000 no ewe he.
All 78 counts were found. In all, 78 counts were found. Among these offenses were stealing, conspiracy to commit crime, willfully causing financial loss to the state, conspiracy, improper payment of public funds, unauthorized commitment, resulting in financial obligations for government, breaches of our procurement law on 24th. And this will blow your mind. Madam Sedinam Tamaklo advanced a loan to Baatan Savings and Loans. It was a check, ADB check. The moment Baatan Savings and Loans received this check, they asked of the interest. And this is even poor administration of Maslock. Why would Obatampa ask of an interest after the monies have already been advanced to them? And the interest was mentioned to be 4%. And they said, no, we cannot. Because we deal with farmers here, we deal with market women here. They cannot pay the 4%. And Madam Sedinam Tamaklo told the man to return the money. The man should cash the 500,000, cash, and bring it to Accra. The man obliged, cashed 500,000 Ghana.
Henry Nanabuache na yetene nkarinti sa 500,000 tiska 5 billion de na gu potomanto mu ehso kobrane den se be yikuku ene yede kwama Sedina Tamaklo sika no wage ewehe ahye na ehun komodie na Yera Rashid Tanko computer or director of IT and elections, deputy director of IT and elections, Emma NDC America no se bo minana omudo mu ni hweka attorney general say asem no wonte ase into the Beko Supreme Court arewo sem ne say judges ne so kwa akwama nti age bi abosumi bi twemu a ebeko beba no weni twia.
There's always a window of appeal. The last resort is the Supreme Court. And then if the learned Attorney General hadn't appealed, then they have cause to have raised matters of this nature. Okay, the learned Attorney General has also seen, in fact, he has seen the defects in the ruling at the appeal court. Based on those defects that he's appealing. And then so if you are saying it, you need not to go on press conference to tell the whole world. The man has already appealed against this, and he's sending the matter to Supreme Court. He didn't even stop at the appeal. He said, I'm going to file for stay of execution of that judgment so that nothing happens. That is what it means. We still hold our horses while we wait for the Supreme Court to now look at the appeal. Then you go and be organizing press conference and wasting everybody's time. Haven't they gone to the same appeal court for Wuntumi? So are they going to bring judges from Kumasi, because Wuntumi is from Ashanti region, Kumasi, to come and sit on Wuntumi matter? Why haven't they sent it to? They should have sent it to Somalia. They should have sent their Wuntumi appeal to Togo or Azerbaijan, not in Ghana, because they are there attacking judges, insulting judges, and call them all manner of names. Meanwhile, you are going there.
102.7.
Rashid Tanko computer na yetene deputy director of IT and elections Emma NDC. And I say NPP for say omonje atembo adwumako ni nanso yade chama untumi kwatwire mu won samwam no judge kroya anasa court kroya eno mo san file appeal afere mu gidi ana ente sa de omo form appeal ni kwa Tanzania ana Congo ana mo be kwa South Africa. Henry no
I was saying to some no so and fa Emma wodia na me no kase di anwaja eyi yo kase eko so ewo empota goma empota no ye dotie a wo me de hye so edema apostle emeritus Kojo Safo Kantanka na say Sarah Adwo Asafo lawyer wo no na say wodi mutintima no ni nyam ene ka say wo mu ye dotie ne kama ewo eye empota na ene de wo bowra mu ewo eye Black Star Square na say ne tosumi ni day 2 koso won ma enintire ekuku dam empanufo amanyofo wo munye na kurukuri krakra ye beta abusuachi ewo ho amane ye fefefe krabe hye na so ansa na yiye bekoso enwa ene dey papa de enwa atade ehun sem de na edoso de dwa bebre pa ebi ye kirepo se o papa emu ne kra no ye koyi ewo transition kra ne posifo agina eye emu nka na se mu kwan ma ye fe mu ni ntwam embesin konkosie ehun sem de bebre pa na set Kofi Kisi wo ye kasamafo edema enka ne do me kwa benyama shebedwani lawyer Sarah Adwo Asafo enchemu sei ena de maye efa papa emu ne ho ene nesie ekwan eso
na efunu omo de ka atse no police atse no atse esheme no nyam almost 20 years amena nanti oma me enim ebenyam e say me ena Adwo e ma ko fa de papa e de bae me ko fa no na me nim se me ko fa me papa apostle me ya ba share up no nyam yes o ja no ko se me ko be ko ye juma no na me nim se ko fa apostle na me nim se sebe me ko fa apostle body me ya ba Adwo Asafo epe ka fufuro bi etida e no de fa ne papa e me se me no sha share no be ma o ti ase say me ni aba no apart from the law ni no okita body na perin say o pebo atobo anu ma no na na ono so pe be obey de obe kure me si me nua ba ne de car eye tie rubber obi achi da wo car mo no me na be ti rubber yi na e no do suma me kwai na me ko me ni bia me ko fa no ko mo ko fa mo won kra no o po mo ni mpo se asebe si po na be ti ba fa na ko ni mi ko du ho ase me wu se apostle no ko fa no ye di efidie na ma me ya suma o se ko taifa udu taifa wa phone call yesi popokwasi na ko kejebi na ko tankofo uti woni na ojina baby ko friend na yesi be ati interview eti mi ni bi se ko fam papa apostle ko dosafo aba na isiranka adwo se doni do oyem oma me ye ndwa no mikisi we won se no nyam se emamme ene me busia na me dana fi
eno ye set Kofi Kisi we kasama for de mala ya Sarah Joasafo ne chesi ono enda ko fa papa mu no e de bai ya na kire se wono kwa no woni mpo so ko fa papa mu no ne se wo mo keka na posi fo chi transition car no na kire se ni na no ye montungu sanse eyiyo no egusua e koso kama ye ne do so na enechi ene de dwumade na se eyi chenchenchen asena kire se be hwe ye asore magana fo ade hye wo mo papa e hwe mu nyina ekrukru akra na dwumayefo obibia aba empanyufo enintire efi oman Congo mu United States of America obibia amanone wiase afana bibia abochenku ba be she papa edmunyam na no na eye wo ewo America obi manso wo ba na dia esie die na mo de ba kama do so efi eye kalabule janhye ha kwaka truba na kire se ensan na kire se ewa pa yie ni na edmunyam sha wo de she papa kire se bebe o medu omote ewa America no papa da ma wo no na show mo ama mpempromedu won se papa to fam se dia na twa se wo mo ebe hye no animunyam yentie senya ekofaaye
oh say yeah lai wo pa America fue yeah boy sa enam ye papa ye nana abdosafo enam ne so enam makukodru fue atia donko osintawie nana hima memma kukodru fo memma wo munsinsuo mansana wo maham enam papa so enam ye ja so enam masa dofo nyina akohie mu wo amanone USA na bra wo mu tese papa adano woman J no mu se jania wo pe ena enye ho wo mu bai fitinansa ne US fo intinase no mu se wo mu anyi odo adi ankyere asafo amu Ghana ha mo hu se wo mu aba sanse wo mu aba na wo mu okuro mu nti enuama ya sesa so ha nyinara wo mu mfa me kyere mfa nko ya mfa me tereke
Wenya ntrekese we de fiti kalabule junction de kwa kwasi tuba etra de ko e de kwa botia na honom na chese santen no santen e be we America for santen e na ye de bani na apostle emeritus kwadwo safo kantanka na yiyo e kwa so ne de e wo enkampumpuni mantem ha sei na sa ne papa eda empemu de wontumi nkase wakakotena se kwala kwa na wakanyense gudebo enenti emma enso etwere wo monsem krunche gu wom bra pani so enum se won resa efengu ho emfa ema wom papa na kire se wom nya be ma na kodwesafo junior na wogine mu ekenkan papa tribute edema ema na yentie ensem o kafa wom papa ho.
What his charismatic was magnetic, drawing people to him with his infectious smile, enthusiasm, his genuine care, and his unwavering belief in their potential. Apostle Emeritus Kwadwo Kantanka was a beacon of hope to the needy, widows, underprivileged, and persons living with disability. His life was a remarkable journey, marked by unwavering faith, boundless creativity, and an extraordinary ability to connect with people from all walks of life. Our father, the great innovator of our time, revolutionized various inventions and that showcased his extraordinary intellect, his charisma and leadership inspired those around him, fostering an environment where dreams could flourish and aspirations could be realized. From a young age, our father instilled in us the values of empathy and service to mankind. He often reminded us that the success is not measured by wealth or status, but by positive influence we have on the lives of others. His belief guided him throughout his life and shaped his commitment to philanthropy. He dedicated countless hours to training the youth, supporting charitable institutions.
Yes, Abo! Mothers FM!
Nana Kwadwo Safo Junior nene ene kokoti abra eyiyo ne de toshimenu ekoso wonka mumpuni mantem.
Yafa kasiebo no enkopie mu ewo emfanseman mensire no emu ye kase no bankrati penyi awo empotam ho eni abri ye papa pase obetutu ne niam ene titiriu ene bra efi emene yen ewo ye gates ahodo mu odu ani kire mu ewo mankasim ene de mpotamu a omo ye drainage system kase pa gata kase anso to ebe fem na enkoyiri amanfo eno na MC ne kase mpempini ye ya de papa se no endi na enu endi na nse ye wie ya ne mu aitwo ball anko a osi we de wa ebe so mo te so the ball egumo no uti atore semi tudwa na ya bra ko site kohwe senia gates no omo eye no honorable Eric Stanley Akwe na din semu e tudwa
ne da me sha see here oye the actual drainage of dredging of the drainage system of Mankesim say bi ono na sensuto na sanum echoka say bi on nsuru obufa no ode ohaw na kada na de ba into no me ka so do yin de onya da ye na ya no esi ofi mil to mil no do no buyazen contractor no gire mechi he construction limited ala si on ye da shanesa ofi mil to mil no ya bokodo na ya desert ana ya dredge Mankesim in the gutters are all what infant mine dam no be ya insutra ye ntro ne ntro da insunto no say onhwe akra announce ye padan sana nti obaya into ye me kire da obaya continuous activity often built to be no yabaye oye asame works engineer department no of nadmo na oye yam na chibagba yabaka bichim dam na yaye oboye ntoye na mayaka da to yin dem on chale ye 2-day directive no yamama oye timemfo awo infantman inara wa aso tele yayi oye security agencies media police immigration fire service and all of them nadmo all of them are part of the security agencies. Ya doing there. Ya monitoring, continuous monitoring and supervision. The oya one na we yet memfu also one juma we dan there. What sha you run about to get them chow.
Honorable Eric Stanley Akwa ena yetenin kanfansman MC eno en wechi contractor de juma na sha ne sa wo hwe atete gates ne musemu ebeda ho no engineer Mohammed Awa ne nsemni.
I'm sorry, I know my baller ever good. As you can see, we just came this morning to start this work. So far, so good. You can see for yourself, the work is progressing. And the directive that came from His Excellency, we give thanks to His Excellency for giving the go-ahead and making available the resources and that will make it go ahead. We share, it has gone far. And we'll make sure the dredging will go to where to its logical conclusion. Now we've not encountered challenge. We were thinking coming here would be a problem. But as you can see, we managed to make the how do you call it, the excavator come in. He's doing a nice job. So far, so good. The message is dumping of refuse. We have to stop.
Engineer Mohammed Awana yetene kana ne krakra mo no ena penyo da nadmo ano ewo mfanseman ora Christian Abeku Jackson enso de we tudwa
Oye Asoria honest. If one and that's what yes or what. I had
102.7.
Any atwagu Christian Abeku Youngson, Nadmo director Ewon Fansamai.
I wish I for ye try ho aba nanso so na ya kai wo say e kelele clothing wo mo adama na che say wo mo eso yasne ene anwumei na wo pata de papa ahye ye dudwa wo star papa dia ne na e kelele clothing ene anwumei mekanfo e de ama wo mo e Indian lanes wo mo lace papa Italian cashmere ne na wo mo e obi wo honom wo mo e su fabric obepam suit na suit ne ejina wenya suit e be ejina honom that be we suit ni ejina so kama we see wedding ase we de kwa ponto ase na tese we say we dwa na we de aba ni na no kelele clothing na fabric ne nkwa na motonton omutumi pempam bi e de ma won so corset dresses mema kaftan we be pempam e de ma agbada mema be hye ma be hye we be pam bi e de ama afi bubu dresses ma na de na umpe we wo pede mbra kelele na yensiesie wo kama sene ese na efata hu echi akwan wo North Kaneshi the mud bus stop on ma na obehu kelele clothing freyen e was 0541 849 0541 849 now when kelele clothing any ensa so so and a Mother's TV yegusu adowuntino and yatre ya shemu sine bia wonsa ebekayen kama and inti yatre ya shemu akoba bibia satellite platform for so and ya akopiem e wo so and inti upe so Mother's TV upe so watch Mother's TV dia meso so be scan Woody code no na would scan we na say ba na say frequency number no 12303 symbol rate no 27500 now about the ashim polarization no vertical and horizontal patch no choose horizontal no the amame so na position no de na de achire mu epuya femu na say 26 degrees east now we dey atoso Arabsat BADR8 Arabsat BADR8 na say would dem tafa Mother's TV the mother of all media.
And watching so ye fa nipa gidigidi pa ediomako Dubai UAE akwa ye juma Bright Group of Companies na fasene mo amunim no Bright Group of Companies any Bright Hiring HR Consultant omaye ejuma bebre afa nipa dodo na akopiem UAE Abu Dhabi Dubai ene nia akeka ho say omuhia officers boys and girls amobaye ejuma UAE ministries ahodo say Ministry of Interior Ministry of Education no money ade ye famo hyehyehye pa aketua no enam 1800 kwapem 2300 AED Dubai for esikem odebaye de mu a pocho age no from 21 years ekosi 35 years ena yefa enwechi yepe general workers bit say warehouse workers afi aircraft cleaners sky cargo cleaners ene omo aka ena ehia dendenden na yede omo etukwa afi nso no yepe cleaners general cleaners ema any mema yefa mo ovisa no 3 weeks pepepe na chere say abin peche eno so aketua no 500 AED allowance 200 in so honma yebesan ede pio so ape yepe gardener helpers mo be yedma gardens mo twetwa flowers mo sisi flowers no mo ene ade ma ketua ne 1200 AED ana yede ebema mo eno echi yepe taxi drivers nso a yede mo betu kwan aketua ne 2000 eko 5000 AED na so you be when you be 25 years ekopim 45 years say 24 years na in the next 3 months ubenya 25 years onso no ubetimi apply na yaboa ewasa akwan no eso yepe tiles mo amoto tiles mason afi mo amoto pavement mo amo painters and afi ARC welders mo nyina yehia mo a yede mo ebetu kwan. Yes, I ehia security guards. security guards no aketua no ye de baga na sika mu a enam 6,000 equal 10,000 na afins no 6,000 equal 12,000 Ghana cedis aketua and abeji as a security guard afins mu a mo ye interested ewo oil and gas general helpers mu a interested in oil and gas adwuma mu no monso no mo betimi apply na ye be fam warehouse helpers mo am be adwuma ewo warehouse mu ni ade and afins no general helpers mo am wonsa no adwuma say electricians and plumbers, scaffolders, masons, tilers, welders, carpenters, and ne ka ho pie no. Wo de ne abaye ne so behwehwe e kira kwan. Bright group of companies o me kira kwan Accra, omo Malam Junction, Berema Total Filling Station chiwono mo a. Afi Suhum, omo Ben Suhum Total Energies Filling Station, and Central Region Elmina New Market Block 4. Kumase Apatrampa Junction, Omoba Fidelity Bank, Sunyan Kwano Eso, and I feel Abu Dhabi El Jabbar Jewelry Building, 3rd floor, Ubenhome Chakwa, numbers nini, 0539 081 399, and 0539 081 395, Yenji Wenson, 0539 801-366 near a bright group of companies ending common interviews and chakrano dating so everybody to yan 2 dia say obefre na yamo emfa wontu kwan no libilibi no labalaba ye twa ho ye basisia
aha eyekelele clothing me mamwa kwaba ye ne etimi ma wa ho ofedanso ewo wontade hyemu esan say ye wo fabrics assault nyina bi wa ha African prints, kelele clothing dear. Yes, also pam the show. Come on, ye pam a man mema kaftan, corset, agbada, a man mema dienina, embroidery, bubu, silk kaftan, political suits nina. Ye pem biwaha. Ye chakwan ewa North Carnation Demold bus stop. And now dear friend, ewa 0541 849 257 and now 0268 866 697. Aha!
Adishimaima, KASE3 Ghana Limited. Ye Jumakubia, ye si dine ton dine, eton sase krujia, mansubia ni hu. Wuto yen sasibia, ebeya wudia forever and ever. Wabusian dachinti, enunti, KASE3 say, tia 10% pay, na fresh shasye, usi dino, na uchani kakra. KASE3 in kwane won sasi wa the whole Ghana. Ya won sasi bi wa Greater Accra. Baby to say, Atoman, Kofi Donko, Imam Pehia, Danjra, Kaswa Obom, Dodowa, Kofi Kwe, Ayete Kote, Weja, Broadcaster, Ani Bebre, Sayako Central Region in Sua, Cape Coast, Ayensudo, J. Crodia, Portin, Gomwa Kwe Krum, Yankwa Eastern Region, Ensawam, Kwasinyako, Afram Krum, Afayentufa, Nayanko Northern Region, you will be Watamale, Nyampala, and Sassono Bay, UDS Campus, and Watamale Kumasa Kwanso, Yesansu Executive Wanzo, the other Chromo Pair. Now, we sound super Assassin Tam, and the Ayakria and Efua, you will be with the whole Ghana, and on Tishu Yakwai, our the main office, Accra, Tessano, Yani Ghana Telecom University, and our police training school, and a Dijanimu, Wakaswa Malam Quantum Ponoso, a month from Yani Resurrection, a sorry, a Dijanimu, Nayakwa Amasama Iswa, opposite the Central Marks, Wa Amasamaiwa, or Bakrowa office, no, I was site to Hope, Afay Ashaiman, Yani Lorry Station, and a dish anymore. Freying 0302 963740. ABM 0302 963740. KASE3 Ghana Limited. Yanti Usubet Sidai.
KASE Baatan wa Mothers FM no esowosha Mothers TV and ye twegu so Facebook Mothers 102.7 FM Accra YouTube and so see Mothers TV Ghana yet one so ede amawodia ene Supreme Court atemwo de baye fa delegate system no ho no penifo de do na na akasa wo amanyofo akasa wo ho mashebejafo akasa wo ho emprempren the political observers and so wo so akasa wo ho e kire mu say ye twemu kura na sikasem ewo amanyosem emu no enya afi na eto betwa political scientist na afi senior lecturer Kumasi Technical University Dr. Samuel Efriye or political observer wono ne other political observers na mpempem omo de ensem atodwa omo kire mu se omo de wohun se ne kwan so na Supreme Court anka wo pe sank wo ye edma Ghana force ne be yanka NDC fo nyina betu akoto aba eyi nyomo pe MP fo nyina betu akoto aba ne nyomo pe na mom no wo kwani pa ne ho akocha ne se won to mawa definitely sika kakra we say what the man.
You look at our party system, we all were using the delegate system, but the Supreme Court ruling is making political parties to expand their leadership position through elections by every card-bearing member. And from the political perspective, I think it's very good, where you get all members of the party in good standing, just to be to have the right to vote or to elect people into the office.
It is a good call because for me, I feel that the political parties had good intentions for the delegate system, but it got abused. Why do I say it got abused? It got abused because competent people who didn't have the resources to maneuver their way through had people who had the resources pushing them aside.
With reference to what the Supreme Court has come out with, no judicial court of adjudication has immense power than the Supreme Court. I think it's a reasonable judgment that they've concluded on. As members of a political party, we deserve the right to exercise our franchise. I think it is laudable enough.
Mothers FM 102.7.
Nti we political observers one more so ene ne kwetini na fan delegate system Supreme Court etwemu afri eye wo mo hyehyeye mu.
Sir, onipa oye adwuma wie na se wokọ ahomegye mu a ewo se otutu wachi ye na wo ho ankyerɛw. Ne senti na National Pensions Regulatory Authority ewo ho so mo beboa na yatoto ye niema ye na ahomegye mu na yentimi nkomma no. Ejan kakra apodwe kwapem se otumfo no betonsa afreyen. Na NPRA ne fa ewo Nkranza South ewo Bono East mentioning mu afa to ho so ekɔ schools a odo mu ne nkwala na kasa tu wonfo. Hia ewo se pension scheme odo hu shem no kire bi wendi wodok no kwa na omokopie mu ewo Nkwabin Technical Institute eho na zonal head ema NPR Kumasi Zone Office Ora Kofi Asare Abrokwa editor adisuafo no enim se modi kura de mu technical mpempi no yentamfo mu adwuma mu wie ya carpenter wabo shop ana world wabo shop musafo no eya na omontamfo mu nse pension mu ntebedru ba bi ateretere no ontimi nya biem no na afi ayasem eno omo kire nkwala no hia ewo so omunyi no omonfa pension adwen show mutirim no omonfa kakra ensie.
The action is on the set. Nipa ni bebi wo ha omenye do omfie so a pension class omonte ho asem. Nti say NPRA National Pensions Regulatory Authority apart to your so say ansa na mofra ni be fi school a obehya adwuma na asem. The church on pensions no ama wate ase. Nti ebra o ko hye adwuma se de di kan na o hese adwumawura no etua anase ontua se ono ankasa so na oye ono ankasa na adwuma se technical for omu wi a ye twekwan so ono abe starting a business e be woni tim se esese or this can be too baby for the pension so ya chom mandate tier 1 and tier 2 and after ya chom tier 3 no and no change so yenim some of prayer one you wa awofo enete awofo no dodo na ye informal sector a pensions no one ye bi nti ye kire mofra na yenim so wo kofie one wa awofo so bedin koma bisa won say daddy nti se see say wuntimi nkomba na wuntimi nye adwuma bi ho a e na odo ho to so ye gidi say eno so beboa awofo no ama won ani abaso condition e de ma o man say embra no makwan say efi empie du no betimi asase technical for obo ha oba school ni nyina na e bia o twa job kakra o baby nti obetimi asase
Kofi Asare Abrokwa na yetene kana headmaster Emma Nkwabin Technical Institute Owura Mensa Christopher enso do masifi so mo baaye no enye nkyerɛkyerɛ no nko de 1000 books ebe che nkwala no
ya pension ano maba yesu ha maba ye kyerɛkyerɛ akyerɛ nkwala no ma ye hu sɛ
say na I can say this and for retirement and connect me a pension. And now my own say, well, I would 16 years, I could be meet me I register. That's the same so okay, our phone, I'm no phone, wait my register of phone. So let's come back to no, so much in the phone of a grand before we go so no, 60 years, but no was car grand with me at their home. Or the next, me for a man, you need entry a muscle. Now, what to me a pension here, and round to me, quite human being with me, and you can crack pension. And I support to you may show young friends, and my and yes, then I got that with my young mother, every apart. And then I can know you need that in my bonus class.
Mensa Christopher and attending Honorary Headmaster Emma in Technical Institute. Now, addition for the Sobako Anotewa Ojiremu Kasai.
Better steady they are eating assist for the next 60 years and in the future. It's a move national pensions to buy. I mean, say woman new career by no pension buy. No, I should say from 15 years. And I will to the class. It's me starting to say, we do the next future now. You have a pension. It's when you get to my now. And yeah, man about it.
102.7
I was saying to us, I'm not so mal. Our pomodin, our femudia, nine day penny for quasset now, my shebede fieno. And some back on what's I say, Bobo, who a dear, whom come with dear. Nini na World Hepatitis Day, not just hepatitis B, not just say a hard near papa, our on my gun must say. No, and I'm a shebede mamma from our Lambusi, Professor Titus Bayu, which not announced in some to just say, I'm for that. Adrian say HIV, Yaria, and just say, yes, and I'm not for an tempera, no, so what you said, I do. Hepatitis B, so will be not when you could share and now, which mean be simple cry, and it's our same penny for, am I any echo home, Nayman Church and of course, send your bear, yes, I hepatitis B, but to me, I share it too as here, near see and quite a woman.
To put it in other terms, if you have an unprotected sexual contact with someone who is HIV positive, as compared to someone who is hepatitis B positive, you are 100 times more likely to get hepatitis B compared to HIV. Mr. Speaker, it is therefore very important that we look at the prevention. And once we contract this condition, the progression is dependent on our immune response. In neonates, newborns, they have a very high chance, 90% chance, that hepatitis will progress to become a chronic disease. In adults, however, only 4% chance. For immune competent adults, when they contract hepatitis B, their system is able to clear the infection. But there's a high chance that it can be reactivated when their immune system goes down. It is for this reason that if we want to eliminate or control hepatitis B, we have to tackle the mother-to-child transmission and vaccination of the neonates, because it is their immune system that is not matured. And when they get it, they are likely to develop chronic hepatitis. It is a reason why the prevalence is also high in adolescents compared to the adult group.
And I know see a pen, I don't come on to ban a day, and now for Alexander Fenyamarkin, where my shabby mamma for a foot two. One also then some to General Watcher was a bino, a 29 one of nothing to Mashida for Mutumina say, Bobo, your man who a quitch Senebea, you bet me a pair and who had your vaccination, or Jacob Bimbra do one now, Senebea, you bet me their war, now hepatitis bino, and search it you, I won't crass it.
I claim the attention of colleagues. A lot of our constituents are dying as a result of hepatitis B. A lot of them are dying. The last year, when the issue came up, the Minister of Health assured this House that he would take a policy paper to Cabinet for it to be added to the free treatment. Mr. Speaker, hepatitis B is not part of the free treatment we have, like we have for HIV and other tuberculosis and all of that. So mothers who have the infection, Mr. Speaker, in the rural communities, those pregnant women cannot afford. So, Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, they don't get the treatment and they transfer.
Ne krakra mu no na dom kase enso ba ne deni boko central ma shebe deni onmenya former hama ayarga wona so kire mu se e wo se Ghana for dan da ye ta kwa check up ne kwhwe ya pomodi mu se ne be ya se yare ne bi wo hai ye be hu ne ntem aso ano.
I urge all colleagues to take your medical reviews very serious. There are many of us who hardly ever attempt to do medical checkups. If you take your medical checkups seriously, it will be easily detected what is there and what is not there, and assistance can be extended to you before it gets to a situation where little can be done. So
102.7.
Onmenya from hama ayarga nene enikukutie.
Yan twan sem ne so na yembon ram won sem fufuro mu ye hwe ne mo kwan se free watchna ekono fuel prices no ye tum anase ye hwan so eno so ebeba beto edwa na ahyekafo no de omo bot time and pa atoke one side hwe de bekosie ye nya tum per Sunday ana nkosi Monday ne de omo be form ho adwen na omato fair ni mu na sikasemu nim de for Professor William Pepra e de atodwa se ewomu sefu ne so mu pagya mu sana kronu mu be gidigidi kakra but eno so interesting she say ya ban na ye afa sikasem ho asese gina yie no ebesei
inflationary pressures a little bit. We are still within the band of our inflationary rates, 8 plus or minus 2%. So this is not going to, really destroy the gains in the IMF program. What probably the government must look out for, there are two pressures at the moment. The global conflict, which they cannot do anything about, but the one they can use their monetary tool to work.
Professor William Pepra ena yetene kanona ora Theophilus Achampon or a technical advisor Emma share sika Samson or kase kwabase ebia fu no amansen dwaso yetum na eyegidigidia aban edinisa ebewrem na afi wahwe atoto niam yi.
The key thing is never to panic. The key thing is to make decisions based on the evidence, based on the data, and also based on even the behavioral responses that you are expected to get, right? So when you get to the level where, for example, things become super critical, for sure, the escalation of the conflict only started just the last couple of a week or two, right? After the initial ceasefire, right, was reached. Again, let me take you back. When the initial conflict started in February this year, it took a while for us to really look at the data and all of that before you can actually make an appropriate. You have historical data, and you have some additional assessments from all manner of places. What I'm saying is that if government has to act, government would act.
Ora Theophilus Achampon na yete nenkano na enwachi ena waka se aban ni swade hu se nka obetma jisika free January ebesi June no nanka ebekọ yie nanso anko se de wose ekono nanso nkosi afu we wie ye ne de sika aban ni susu se nka obegije na fie mu no nensa beka
pattern on revenue. There's always seasonality within the data. So your first quarter, second quarter, typically, and you can track it, go back 10 or so years, normally will be a little bit short. And then as you get into the third and the fourth quarter, the Christmas period where activity begins to pick up, you begin to actually make up for the revenue numbers. But interestingly, even the half-year numbers that we have, if you look at them on an execution rate, we had programmed half-year to collect 126.1 billion. Half year we did 124.7. That's what gives you your 1.4 gap. Execution 99%, right? So yes, 1.5 billion.
102.7.
Yenwi ani egusu agina mu wadwedie ensem na fango ho nsem ya egusu agina mu ewo na aban no aye nhyehyeye sene be obetumi enya wom a One de sika bɛhyɛ yɛ frango ɛna afei nso so ɛyɛ gas ho nsɛnsɛm sɛ nebe no mebetumi akɔ enkan ɛde amayen na no na dwumadi ato din sɛ Africa Business Conversation A&B and David Africa this share so na de Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition Oyemanya for Richard John Mensah and the ensem to the dwumadi na sɛ wɔkyɛ sɛ aban no ate ba so nkuo bi sɛ nebe betumi ahwa to so nyema na investors ne ba wɔbetumi adi wura ɛyɛ frango no emu amanyɔ betumi akɔ enkan.
Global energy companies have expressed renewed interest in Ghana and are eager to participate in the next phase of our upstream development. Ghana is also strengthening its border energy value chain. The revitalized Tema oil refinery is producing approximately 28,000 barrels per day. Gas processing capacity at the OCTP has increased, and Cabinet has approved a second gas processing plant to support future industrial growth. These initiatives demonstrate that we are not simply promoting exploration.
Ora Richard John Mensah no see personal Deputy Chief Executive Officer Edema Exploration and Production Ghana National Petroleum Corporation GNPC. Ora Michael ni ama ayite one also Eden Sem say and it was so.
Approval timelines and decision making is one of the reasons why companies cross the border to Cote d'Ivoire and to Angola and other areas. So the bureaucratic system needs to be oil up or clean up. And then again, when we add the others, we will be able to get people to move from just interest and then commit to capital.
And when technical advisor, Edma Minister of Finance, Ura Theophilus, a champion, one of the to just say, idea ban so atutunya masine be a Ghana sika semno, eko idraman so betumi apem akwanenim.
To bring the fiscal take on average from your 65-67% to about 55% to align with what is happening within the broader sub-region. But on top of that, you need to do a lot of hard work around the non-fiscal element, together with all of the reforms that are needed on the regulatory side to improve the speed of the decision making, ensure that you can actually get the blocks, allocated. And when you allocate it, then
Nekrakra and a Deputy Chief Executive Officer Edma Petroleum Commission Ura Nasir Alpha Mohammed one also HS Abano Eddie Sidney so Beshe Amanyomo Shenano ebetumi abemu ewa finewiye.
We have promised about our fiscals. Right, and we are doing everything possible at the moment to ensure that those fiscals, we are able. I know that the minister and then the Ghana negotiation team and then the committee that the minister has put together to review the fiscals and then the laws, they have finished their job as Dr. Tio has indicated and have submitted. And the minister has promised
102.7.
And no, run so Afro Mohammed. You bejan and some so ed and some nina esi don shribako. Yet not say ejibre edikasia Baatan besu mothers FM so aha and a bema kwan kama semu for abuna fuku eboa was on some so kroje and you may idea Abraham and the pipia and then egumu emaye and you may sounds like me kuduka idea to my befontin fidi no so apes maka for and you may me nana aba ejeba mene
Jaminta.
Yes, sorry. So now bumper to bumper DJ Flex was more predator.